We're just switching up the format a lot this week. You know, if you've seen any of the videos, and just a handful of them, by now you know what this series generally is about. I'm showing the process of going through my boot camp, trying to talk about what I'm learning, showing my network and the conversations I'm having. I'm just trying to build something and document my journey in public. And I think keeping kind of on that same path, part of the purpose of building in public is showing how things change and what I'm learning just through this journey and by doing this series in general. I think so far what I've been doing has been working and helping me get closer and closer to the goal that I originally set and the purpose for this series. But I think it's a really easy, once we see something is working and is going well, to just kind of lock in and just stay on that same format or path. And in full transparency, I think that's what's happening now. Like, the series is working, you know, I'm getting new connections, I'm having meaningful conversations, I'm getting opportunities, and that's great. And that's what I want to continue to happen. You know, throughout this series, you've seen me set different goals. And, you know, this past week we set a brand new goal of 90 days of the series. And that's kind of awoken a new section of my mind for what this journey is doing for me and what I could be doing to improve it. And that has just continued throughout this week. As I do these videos, as I do this series, as I continue through this journey, I can keep growing and seeing how things need to change to make it even better, and better. Keeping in the same fashion of building something in public, I think it's important to talk about how things can be changing and how things can be growing. And in particular, I'm talking about this series. You know, in yesterday's video, I talked about how I'm not going to be doing leak code in my videos anymore, and how I think I could benefit more from actually building projects, and how I actually have ideas for these projects and building these things instead, and kind of replacing that leak code grind. But also on that same note, my videos are already almost 3 minutes long, and I don't really necessarily care about the length. I think what's more important is putting it out there and sharing my journey and experience. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is I already feel confined by the time limits and the length of my videos. I don't want to increase those even more to make the barrier of entry higher for someone to watch. Because again, that's the whole point of this series, is to get people to watch, get the eyes on me, show people my journey, and document my experience. Do I keep doing it daily, or do I break it into multiple series but keep posting that daily video? That's not changing. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm not saying we're dropping the daily video. That's still going. The hustle's still on. I guess what I'm talking about here is just kind of spitballing the idea of how to maximize my effort and my time to maximize the reward at the end. Just because it is going so well and this series is doing great and I'm getting support, I'm getting everything I want from it, but I'm not scared to add or change or mix things up, even if it might cost me some of those views or some of that quote unquote success that's coming with it. And again, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, is kind of mixing the series up a little bit to where it's not just day one or day this of trying to find my next job in tech, and then the next day the same thing. I think I'm gonna break it up into multiple videos and start focusing more on showing my skill sets, not just as, you know, someone who can network and talk to people and sharing the conversations I'm having, but also showing what I'm doing, what I'm building, and showing that I have the technical skills. I think that's something my videos have been missing a lot. I think you see me building and working with my group and, you know, building ERDs and working on an API, but we're not diving into the code. We're not talking about, like, I'm not explaining something in a particular specific way to show that I know my shit. So come Monday's video, we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna workshop some ideas this weekend, see what I can figure out, see if I can think of something cool to do. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in day 30, Monday morning, bright and early. Have a great weekend. I'm out.